Yeah, so real quick, these are my so far new settings of the new year, I guess you could say. Pretty self-explanatory, obviously, on why it's the new year, since it's only oh shoot, it is March. Oh my god, time is flying. I do play Bumper Jumper custom layout just because I've swapped some stuff out with my buttons. I'll get to that in a second. Hold the crouch, you know, standard for me in every Halo. I play Vibration. I'm a little bit of a different case where I play Vibration on and off depending on how I'm feeling. I don't recommend people do the same. I'm just really weird, and that's what I've done throughout my whole career. I just switch on and off depending on how I'm feeling. Could be on one tournament, off another tournament. Don't ask, don't tell. Maintain sprint. For the most part, I just do what other people do. Maintain sprint, I believe, is needed for hitting good slides and hitting good curb slides and just overall having a really good pace of movement. I'm sure there are players that don't. Auto clamber, I just don't like auto clamber personally. I like having the option of to drop and to not drop. You might even have that with auto clamber, but I just was like, I'd rather not do it. Step jump is only useful in a couple different scenarios. Maybe we'll make a video on that another time. But basically, you know, low ledges, it's so that your feet, when you jump up, instead of having a long jump, you will your feet will basically touch the box and stay to the box, which I think allows you to have a little bit better movement because you can crouch strafe, you can jump again, you could, there's so many different options you can make. Put that on a little bit before Anaheim, and definitely going to stick to it. I don't think it's overly useful, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't happen with absolutely every single jump, so I think there's no harm in it personally. I had it off for a long while on the start of the game and then went to it. Now onto the look sensitivity, so everyone's asking. I'm still on the same sensitivity I was on at the event. I actually was slightly higher. I was on 7.5, but 2XL 7.5 is on what I was on at the event. Online, I've been in the 9 to 6 range, just depending on, it depends on the server, depends on how I'm feeling. Some days you wake up and you're really energetic and you don't need to play a fast, or sorry, you're not ready to play a fast sense. Other days you wake up and you're moving at 100 miles per hour and you're ready to go, and you can bump your sense up. For me, the higher the sensitivity, the better, as long as you can control it and as long as you don't miss a bullet and don't miss a beat while doing it. Zoom sensitivity, I have everything just on default except for 1.4. Does anyone in chat know what 1.4 is? I think 1.4 is like the pistol, I believe. But anyway, I just haven't changed it after that. Might be the BR as well. Oh, it says it. They are the AR. Okay, so I think that might be the only thing that is. What is 2.5? BR 75. Okay, cool. I think it might be the pistol as well. But everything else is just set to default. Center dead zones, I don't have any rhyme or reason for this. This is just what I found over time has worked for me. I went to these dead zones before Anaheim, thought I played pretty well, so I just kept them. Obviously, going forward, or so far going forward, could change, and if it does change, I'll of course update you guys. But center dead zone 0, max input threshold 10, axial dead zone 3.5. Same thing over here, except I just have the axial on 4.5. Honestly, I suggest for dead zone stuff, if you have any questions on dead zones, check out another YouTube channel that describes it and explains it. I really try to not. I know that sounds terrible, that I just try to not overcomplicate it in my mind. I'm a pretty head casey player as is. With all these numbers and stuff getting thrown around, you could be stuck here on this screen for a really long time. So I just try to pick a number. I try to find something I play well on. I do not try to understand it. I know that that's somewhat counterproductive, but for my mind, that's just how it works, and it's what's always worked for me. Going back to Halo 5, to MCC, to this, that is just what's worked for me. Honestly, the only thing that I know to do with dead zones is I just make sure that my controller doesn't have any drift. That's the only thing I know to do with my dead zones. Max input threshold, literally could not tell you. And this is like how crazy it is for me on how I feel on it. Other people, when they bump their thresholds, they feel really, really different. I used to, before Raleigh, I played all 0 everything, and now I play this. I really don't feel that much of a difference. I just did the change one day because I felt like I tested something. It might have been like Lucid settings or some Lucid dead zones or something. Oh, I know why I changed it, actually. Someone was telling me that your heat wave will feel different depending on the dead zones you're playing. That is an absolute head case. I don't want you worrying about that. That's just why I changed my distance. That's literally the only reason why. And then I played pretty well in a scrim, and I was like, all right, you know, I'm just going to stick with it. Everything here is exactly the same as Bumper Jumper. The only thing that's changed is drop weapon, which is set to the D-pad, and I now have, and this is a must until it gets nerfed, if it gets nerfed, I have D-pad, or sorry, I have the right D-pad, aka drop weapon, set to this button back here. An absolute must for high level Halo at the moment. So definitely, actually, it's really not even a must. It is a must that you change your drop weapon. This isn't bound when you start the game, so it is a must that you bind it, but it's not a must that you have it on a button or a paddle. Like plenty of players, Frosty, Stellar, I think Renegade, all drop weapon really effectively, and they don't have it on a paddle. So these have been my settings. Hopefully you guys find it useful. Give it a try. You know, let me know how it goes. Let me know if you tested anything that you think feels really great. Obviously, you know, 2022 here, and servers can be really weird, and the game can be really weird. So I think everyone has a different experience, and it's about finding the settings that work best for you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.